In what is now being called one of the most controversial late-night television moments of the year, actress and activist Pamela Anderson unleashed an unexpected tirade against Prince Harry during an appearance on the Graham Norton Show. The segment, initially intended as a lighthearted discussion about Anderson's activism, quickly escalated into a full-fledged takedown of the Duke of Sussex, with Anderson leaving no stone unturned. As audience members gasped, and social media exploded with divided reactions, it became clear that Anderson had done what few in the entertainment world dared: publicly criticize one of the most polarizing figures in modern royalty. The discussion took an unexpected turn when Graham Norton, ever the provocateur, casually brought up Harry's recent speech at the Vancouver Invictus Games. In his address, Harry had spoken about the importance of integrity and moral character in leadership, which many interpreted as a subtle jab at world leaders, including Donald Trump. Anderson, however, was unimpressed. "Oh, the irony," she said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "A prince who abandoned his own family is now giving the world lessons on morality? That's rich." The audience's reaction was immediate, a mix of laughter, gasps, and awkward silence. Some even wondered if Anderson was joking, but the Baywatch star was just getting started. She continued, leaning forward as if sharing a secret. "Let's be honest here, Graham. If you quit your job, trashed your colleagues, and then spent the next 4 years complaining about it, would you expect people to take you seriously?" The question lingered, and Norton, ever the master of reading a room, decided to step back and let Anderson continue. Anderson, known for her work in animal rights and activism, has been outspoken in her critiques of Hollywood's hypocrisy. But few expected her to take such a bold stance against Prince Harry, especially on a major talk show. She went on to reference Harry's recent interviews where he spoke about the trauma of growing up in the royal family. "I get it, he had a tough childhood," she said. "But welcome to the club. Lots of people have difficult upbringings. The difference is, most people don't get a $100 million Netflix deal to complain about it." A murmur spread through the audience. Harry's Netflix documentary Harry and Meghan had drawn significant criticism for what many saw as an overly dramatic retelling of events. Anderson didn't hold back, suggesting that the Duke and Duchess had monetized their grievances at the expense of public sympathy. "If you're truly over it," she continued, "you move on. You don't keep showing up on TV telling everyone how much you've moved on." Anderson then took aim at Harry's personal life, referencing the widely reported news that he had spent Valentine's Day drinking with rugby players in Las Vegas while Meghan Markle attended a separate event in California. "A real leader leads by example," Anderson quipped. "If you're the champion of love and family values, why are you celebrating Valentine's Day alone, knocking back pints with rugby lads?" Reports of Harry's boozy night had already sparked speculation about the state of his marriage. Some royal experts claimed the couple was simply busy with separate engagements, while others hinted at growing tensions behind closed doors. Anderson, however, wasn't buying it. "It just seems strange," she mused. "For all the talk of unity and togetherness, they sure do spend a lot of time apart." One of the most explosive moments of the night came when Anderson suggested that Harry was not the true architect of his decisions. "I don't think Harry's the mastermind behind any of this," she said bluntly. "I think he's following a script. And we all know who's writing it." The implication was clear: Meghan Markle, who has been accused by critics of steering the couple's controversial exit from royal life, was the real force behind their public battles. It wasn't the first time such allegations had been made, but hearing it from Anderson, a Hollywood insider who has dealt with PR machinery firsthand, gave it extra weight. "If you're a prince by birth, and yet you constantly need someone else to tell your story for you, what does that say?" Anderson asked, raising an eyebrow. Within hours of the episode airing, social media was flooded with reactions. Some hailed Anderson as a truth-teller, praising her for saying what many had been thinking but were too afraid to voice. Others, however, accused her of being unnecessarily harsh, questioning whether she was merely capitalizing on the public's growing fatigue with the Sussexes. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams called Anderson's remarks unfair and misinformed, arguing that Harry had every right to speak about his struggles. She fails to recognize the immense pressure and scrutiny he has faced since childhood, Fitzwilliams wrote in an op-ed for The Telegraph. However, Piers Morgan, a longtime critic of Harry and Meghan, gleefully tweeted, "Pamela Anderson just said everything the rest of us have been thinking. Bravo." Meanwhile, Meghan Markle's supporters quickly jumped to Harry's defense. One user wrote, "Pamela Anderson should focus on animal rights and leave Harry alone. He has done more for veterans and mental health awareness than most celebrities combined." Some experts suggested that the controversy could actually work in Harry's favor. Ironically, being publicly attacked might make people sympathize with him, one PR strategist noted. It reinforces the idea that he's constantly being unfairly targeted. As for Anderson, she remained unapologetic. When asked in a follow-up interview whether she regretted her comments, she simply shrugged and said, "If you don't want criticism, don't be a public figure."